Okay, Panthers, Chargers. Let's go there next. The other 4:05 p.m. game. McCaffrey is a tough loss for the Panthers, but this is Teddy's time to really step up and show what he can do, and I expect him to do that. He went 33 of 42 for 367 yards, 2 picks. They had 4 turnovers in that game, 9 penalties. They allowed 5 sacks. DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson look very good. Let's see what we are dealing with here. Chargers open up as 6.5-point favorites. It's down to 6 at a book. There's even a 5.5 on the board. Panthers have allowed 6 TDs rushing in 2 games. And it was very interesting watching when McCaffrey went out. Mike Davis came in, but he was used as a receiver. He caught 8 catches for 74 yards. And then they started using Curtis Samuel in the running game. And he was running back at Ohio State. He got 4 carries for 26 yards. Then we get to the Chargers and Herbert. First off, we have to talk about Anthony Lynn, who I don't think is a good coach. And that 4th and 1 against the Chiefs in overtime to not go for it is lunacy. Absolutely, you deserve to lose. You deserve to lose that game. You look across the field, you see Mahomes, and you're going to give them the ball in overtime. Well, you deserve to lose. And then he says that when Tyrod comes back, it's his job. That's why people like Anthony Lynn. You like him unless you're a Chargers fan. Brian Bulaga, knee injury, first quarter, did not return. That's going to hurt them. Defensive end Justin Jones, shoulder injury. Safety Jalen Watkins, groin injured in the second half. And Herbert looked excellent. Very, very impressive. I always like backing these rookie starters when they don't know they're going in.
Yeah, that's the key part is I don't think he plays that well if he thinks he's the starters. He didn't know he was the starter until the anthem. Yeah. Then you're coming. He didn't have time to get in his own head. He was just playing. And I agree and disagree with your take on Anthony Lynn because I always start the year thinking Anthony Lynn can't coach. And then by the end of the year, they're rolling. It's been like 4 years in a row the Chargers have stumbled out of the gates. So he's a bad coach in the sense that he doesn't get them to start on time, but he makes adjustments and this team plays better down the stretch. For that, I like the Chargers. Now, the reason I don't like the Chargers is I can't agree with you on Teddy shining without Christian McCaffrey. It's not that I don't like Teddy Bridgewater. I do. I like Teddy Bridgewater a lot. It's just taking a weapon like Christian McCaffrey out of any offense is so difficult to overcome. He's arguably the best receiver on their team, and he's obviously the best runner on the team. It's just such a hard play to make right now. This is a game I want to see how the Panthers adjust to life without McCaffrey, and I want to see Herbert. Herbert's going to start. I don't think Tyrod's going to. I don't know how you can. Like, even if this is what Anthony Lynn is loved for, I think Tyrod gets the short end of the stick again. How do you not start Herbert after that performance?
Well, you have to. And the Chargers went 5-11-1 last year. So
yeah, they were also terribly injured last year.
My dad's an Anthony Lynn fan, but he didn't even realize how bad it got. He thought they were a little better record-wise than 5-11-1 last year. If Herbert knows he's starting, or if Tyrod comes out, in every which way, I see this as a bad spot for the Chargers.
Yeah, it's a big spread for a Chargers team that hasn't proved they can play good football early in the season. Now they hung tough with the champs, so it's a bad spot to bet because I don't know what to expect from the Chargers. I look at this team on paper and they should roll. They should be such a good team. And, Herbert's performance has got to only be more encouraging, but they just don't seem to put it together. I don't know. I don't know what the Panthers offense is going to look like without McCaffrey, which could be a blessing in disguise. I mean, that means neither do the Chargers, but I just can't see them moving the ball with Mike Davis at wide receiver.
I think that okay, this got up to 7.5 at one point today at some books,
Which is wild. Like, that's such a silly spread, especially because the Panthers have been able to move the ball, but yeah, their defense is so bad.
The defense is so bad.
The Panthers D is just, they're without Luke Kuechly, they're lost.
I'm not going to make a move at this point on Tuesday. I'm going to watch what this line does, but I'm telling you, I have a lot of interest in the Panthers.
Is there a bet on who's going to start? I'll bet that Herbert starts. That's the only thing I'm comfortable taking in this game. But again, I'm completely with you. I don't know what Justin Herbert's going to look like if he has all week to think about being a starter. The best thing that happened to him was being whispered in his ear during the anthem that you're starting.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's interesting. I want to watch Herbert play. I'm excited to see this game just because I want to see that kid play. And, maybe he's one of those guys who he has all the physical tools, but didn't really deliver at Oregon. But I don't know. It's Oregon. Herbert does have the hair of an angel. He's so cute. Let's see. This is a sit back and watch game for me, but
there's a 7 right now at BetMGM.
Birdie says massive overreaction to the McCaffrey injury. There's a ton of value with the Panthers right now.
I agree.
Yeah, agree and disagree because I think they still have enough weapons to move the ball. It's just, man, McCaffrey's touches alone, where do they go? That guy is so dynamic. It's hard to imagine what they're going to look like without him. Which again is that's a potential plus for them.
DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson look great. This is the spot where Teddy Bridgewater has to step up, and you have to think. Well, I'd love to hear what Curtis Samuel has to say. I'd love to get an interview of Curtis Samuel and see if he's like really excited to get a chance to carry the rock here. And then Mike Davis looked great coming out of the backfield as a receiver. If I could, you know what, maybe I'm getting a little carried away, but if this 7 was available for me right now, I would bet it. But I'd be better off waiting and hearing who's going to be at quarterback. So I've got a legitimate lean to the Panthers here. Feels like a letdown spot for the Chargers after taking the Super Bowl champs that far.
Well, let's put it this way. Herbert is not going to look like that again this week. I will be stunned if he does.
And we talked about how bad the Panthers' defense is.
Yes.
So even against a bad defense.
Even against a bad defense, I don't think – I just – look, I love the fact that he got a whisper – before the game that he was going to play, and I just think a whole week to think about it now is probably it's going to play in his head a bit. Even against a weaker defense, I don't see that. I don't see him doing the same thing. I like him going forward. I mean, obviously, he's got all the physical tools to be great, but I don't know. There's no play here for me. There's nothing I like. If the spread keeps going up, then it starts to look like an easy play for the Panthers, but right now it's a not for me.
And Bada Boom says, I'm a lifelong Panthers fan. We knew our defense was garbage going in. Yeah, maybe I need to sit on this for a little bit, not just rush to it.